Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now it's been a few weeks since we posted a video. Two reasons. One will come apparent in today's video. The other one, of course, is pretty much a transition period here in Wales between old bird and young bird racing. So yeah, young bird racing is due to start this weekend, so it's all systems go for that really. So let's get into today's video. It's all about Ramsgate really, and two Ramsgate races. One was pretty good, the other a complete disaster. Let's get into it. Hello, here we are, Bryn Meadows Golf Club. Fanciers in South Wales, you'll no doubt be familiar with this, especially in the Cynon Valley. It's one of our favourite spots, it probably is our favourite spot, to be honest. So it's Thursday evening, birds been exercising really well once again, as you've seen in the videos, and we thought again, just because we're trying to mix it up a little bit, thought we'd give them a training toss. So that's what we're doing tonight. It's only maybe, as the crow flies, 10 mile in that direction. Taking me about 40 minutes in the evening traffic tonight, but yeah, let's get the team on the way. Now, I suppose it's normally at this time in the videos that we show you our first arrivals, but as many fanciers in the UK will know, Saturday the 19th of June will probably go down as, well, certainly in my lifetime, probably the worst weekend of pigeon racing. It was a complete disaster. Wherever the birds were released from, it just seemed that they just couldn't navigate their way home. And at our loft, it was as bad here as sort of any other, I suppose. On the day, we sent 30 birds in total. On the day, we had 4 back, which is a complete horror show, I suppose. But it wasn't just us, that was countrywide. You know, obviously you always get the exceptions. Some people got maybe a few more, got into double figures. Some people didn't even clock at all. You know, I'm speaking to a successful fancier in Wales in the week, didn't have a bird on the day. The first day bird he had back was 3 days after the race. So, complete disaster of a race. Congratulations as always to the winners, of course. I think Tommy Lambsdale of Newport won the Welsh South Road National from Ramsgate. Great pigeon performance, to be fair. You know, the birds, like I said, for whatever reason, couldn't navigate on the day, and yeah, to get one, you know, in that time was good going. But complete disaster. A lot of our best birds went, or still haven't returned, I should say. They're still working their way in. Funnily enough, today is now 12 days after the race, and we've had 2 more back today, so we're now up to 12 out of the 30 home. And they'll probably still keep coming in. Some won't return home, that's pigeon racing, we all know that, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a few more work in. So let's have a little look in the shed, and yeah, we'll tell you a little bit about our plans for the last 2 races to come. Now, in races such as we had from Ramsgate, it's quite often the pigeons you don't expect to come first. Just the way it works out. We call them funny races. They're not really funny one bit, but yeah, you always get 1 or 2 races a year where things don't go to plan. Ramsgate was much worse than that, of course. Something in the atmosphere, talk about solar spots, something wasn't right. Now in camera, we've got Olympic Dixie, first Welsh South East National Hythe, 2020. It actually took her 8 days to come back from the Ramsgate race. She hadn't been in by the looks of her. And as you can see, she's been the victim of a cat or a hawk attack because she's lost pretty much all of her primary and secondary flights in her left wing. They're looking very worse for wear. So she'll be rested now over the winter. And yeah, we'll have to work out what our plans are with her next year. But we were very thankful to get her back. One of the few consistently good racers that we did get back. So, she's now out of the team, of course. So we're relying on probably 8 birds we have for this weekend Swindon race. In all honesty, we've got no hopes whatsoever. Partly our own fault. We've decided just to rest the birds and concentrate on the young birds. So they've had a little bit of exercise. We've been trying to fly them with the young birds, but in all honesty, that hasn't really worked out. But yeah, we'll see what happens. They're good pigeons, but they're not fit enough. We're under no illusions, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So there's 81. He'll be going on Saturday. His hen is in there. She was second Welsh Southeast National Berber as a young bird. The 27 hen, she's probably not going to go because we can't risk sending both pairs. And believe it or not, they're the only two birds in that section. So in the last video, I think we had 5 cocks in there, 5-year-old cocks. They've all gone, unfortunately. Well, one has stayed actually, because one, thankfully, we stopped. One of our best racers, the 21 cock, we've shown you him many times. Set a big head. We're going to keep him for breeding because we've got some good young birds off him, and yeah. So this is what remains, unfortunately, of the team. The blue pied hen there on the floor. She was actually our first bird back from Ramsgate. They were let go at 6:45 in the morning, and she was our first bird back just after 2:30 in the afternoon. I think the winner was clocked maybe 20 miles shorter than us, and his first pigeon was at 12:30. So she was 2 hours behind that. But like I said, on the day, great performance for the winner. But it wasn't a true race. But there we are. It all takes some winning, and on the day, great bird won it. But that's what remains of our team. So like I said, we've got 8 birds for this weekend. Swindon. Who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully in the next little clip, we'll show you our first arrivals. And then the last little bit, then we'll show you the club result. Let's hope we get amongst the prizes. So, let's see how we get on. Okay, here we are back at Bryn Meadows Golf Club. Popular training spot for us. And these are the famous 8. They'll be going to Ramsgate on the weekend. Final throw of the dice. Let's see what happens. Final toss. Good luck. Good morning. Here we are. It's race day here in Wales. And if you can pick it up in the clouds, it's not really very good pigeon weather. Just looking behind me there, full cloud cover here at the home end, and it's actually spotting with rain, as you might be able to pick up on the camera. But yeah, the birds were released in Ramsgate this morning at 6:15. It's just coming up now to 10:30. Just come back from my morning church visit. So yeah, let's hope for some early arrivals. We haven't got huge ambitions, but I suppose it'll be back to the good old days where we'll just be able to enjoy the birds coming in. And yeah, let's hope for a good race. See you in a bit. Okay, here we are back at the loft. As you can see, Dad's done his duties for the day and's off for a welcome cup of tea, I suppose, now. But yeah, looking around, you can probably pick up the rain on the camera. It's a bit of a stinker of a day here. We kind of expected it. We knew home end would be a little bit difficult, and that's the way it's sort of proved out. I think for the majority of the run, they've had a good race. But it hasn't been an easy race by any stretch. So far, it's now approximately 12:30, I believe it is, and we've had 5 out of 9 birds home. So that's it's after 6 hours from a 211-mile race. So it wasn't easy. First bird home was one of our national winners, actually. First national hive as a young bird, 2019. Pigeon we call Goldfinger, and I've got to be honest, he came like a bullet. He came like a champ. He looked like a champ, and in terms of the time, we don't think we're far away, but we'll show you him in a minute. There's our young birds. We've just created them up today now. As you can see, we've got the drinkers on, which we think is really, really important. Whether they'll drink much, who knows? But it's, we're doing our bit for them, and certainly important that they drink in the baskets whenever they get the opportunity on a race. So that's what we're going to do today, and then we're going to let them out in the garden this afternoon. And that's always the first liberation. Then we'll probably start training during the week. 3 weeks of training, and then into the first race. So here's the team. Just giving them something to eat. There they are. And the blue cock there, that's our first bird, number 54. And I know it's sort of a well-worn phrase, but doesn't look like he's out the shed. He's been out the shed, looking really well. That's 34, he's been nowhere, but yeah, that's 54. So this morning he flew Ramsgate in 4 hours, 25 minutes, and taking nothing out of him. We didn't fancy him, got to be honest. He made a mistake from battle, and we'd have probably stopped him right there if we hadn't had the bad race from Ramsgate 3 weeks ago. But we put him back in the team, and he's looking well. So we're hoping for a few more rivals, and we'll have another little catch up later. We will show you how we did in the club. Fingers crossed, who will be amongst them. We'll see. See you for now. So that was 54 coming on the day. He finished brilliant. When he came, we thought we'd actually won the national, but turns out we were first club from just over 130 birds, 13th federation from just over 2,000 birds, and probably in the top 15 of the national or the combine from 4,000 birds. It was a really good end to the season. It had been a disastrous few weeks for us. We had to regroup ourselves, look ourselves in the mirror a little bit, even though we knew it wasn't our fault. It was something went on that day, Saturday the 19th of June, that probably nobody can explain. But yeah, we bounced back, and it was a good ending to our season. We changed a few things actually. Not that we're big medicators of our birds at all, but we didn't give our birds any medication at all. We normally use some preventatives, but we went a little bit cold turkey. We carried on with the Toliamin Fort, with the oregano oil, with the garlic in the water once a week, and pretty much then that was it. And the birds responded really, really well. They were in good condition. They'd had some training flights, and yeah, they showed big on the day. So it was a little bit of food for thought for us, and something then that we're going to sort of look at as young bird racing approaches this coming weekend. So, it wasn't a good season overall, but we ended it pretty well. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll be back probably in a week or two with our first few young bird races. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.